Welcome to the Long Island Warriors Summer Shootout at the Northwell Health Ice Center, presented by Miller and Caggiano. I'm Andrew Scarpacci for the E-Division Championship between the Ugly Pucklings and the Boston Warriors E-Division. We just saw the Boston Warriors C-Division team get knocked out of the semifinals last game. Justin Frankel, U.S. Army veteran, was playing on last game, and he's also in this game. We'll see how much more he has left in the tank as he is playing on back-to-back games for different teams right here. First face-off, first possession will come out to the Ugly Pucklings, or rather the Boston Warriors, who have it now on the near side. Ugly Pucklings try to get it, and they're able to not get it out of the zone as Frankel has it, and he dumps it on net. Poked away by Anthony Gandolfi, the goalie for the Ugly Pucklings. Ugly Pucklings will have it now on the near side, dumped in. Warriors now have it. They try to get it along the near side, and they're able to do so. John Sapperetti. Sapperetti tries to get it on net. He does, and it's sticked away by Lorenzo Lescano in net. This one's going to be cleared all the way down for an icing. Icing is waved off, and so the Boston Warriors will have it here. Taking it up now. Boston able to keep it in the zone. Got out to the point. Shot from Brian Winters, who also played last game. U.S. Army veteran. John Sapperetti has it. Ugly Pucklings able to get it along the far side, and they got numbers going the other way, 4-on-2. Have to stay on sides. With it now, it is Ryan Eister. Eister dumps it off, and it's stolen away by the Warriors, who have a 2-on-0 going. John Sapperetti, pass to the inside, taking that shot off the glass. On that wraparound chance, Sapperetti's able to get to it first, met by two defenders. One falls down, but the Ugly Pucklings look like they're able to maintain control, but Ryan Winters comes all the way out to get that piece of it. But Ryan Eister comes up with it for the Ugly Pucklings. Goes to his right, takes that shot. Off of the glass, Eister able to glove it down and maintain control. 2.5 gone by in this first period of the E-Division Championship for the Long Island Warriors Summer Shootout. Both teams make some changes as Brian Winters will get it behind the net. Winters has it here, spins around two defenders and keeps it. He's met by one more, able to get control, gets onside and gets it into the zone. Winters still has it, puts it on net. Rebound comes out to the Ugly Pucklings on the near on the near side. With some space with it, dumping it in is Brian Garshinsky. Boston will take it on the near side here. The Ugly Pucklings are a civilian Long Island rec club. As Winters tries to poke it away, almost puts it into his own net, but three Ugly Pucklings right there before it's finally dumped out by the Warriors. Judith Grinson getting a piece of it before cleared into the zone by Charlie Shaw around the boards, and it comes out to center ice, and it'll be picked up by Clifton Chin. Clifton Chin puts that one on net, goes just a bit wide. Boston able to fight for it and get it out of the zone once more. Spinning around and getting possession is Brian Ellis. Ellis feeds it to Winters. Winters feeds it back. Long feed through the middle, getting a piece of it and taking it away is Clifton Chin once again. He's got some space, slows it down, puts that one on net, but it is blocked. That was Winters who blocked it and cleared it out. And now Judith Grinsfin loses control of it before it's taken away by the Ugly Pucklings once more. Chin with it, puts that one on net, and it'll be blocked down in front. Grinsfin clears that one out, but it's taken away by the Ugly Pucklings along at center ice. Nick Pereira with it. He loses it, and it's taken out of the zone. Warriors have it. Two going the other way. David Williams puts it on net, and it's gloved down. Anthony Gandolfi stopping play. with 4.5 gone by here in the first. David Williams on for the face-off for Boston, as well as David Duval, who will win it for the Ugly Pucklings, but now it gets sent out to the point. Ugly Pucklings getting it through center ice, maintaining control. Pass just a bit wide for David Duval to handle, and now it comes out for David Williams once more. He taps it back, and it's stolen away by the Pucklings. Cleared out and taken away by the defense of Boston. Pucklings still have it. That was Jay Batter who got a piece of it, but had to keep it on side, so he couldn't go through the blue line with it, and so that allows Boston to get it into their offensive zone, fight for it behind the boards. David Williams tries to poke it away, can't do so. Now Boston will get it along the near side. Looks like number 68, Tyler Hicks, is in this game too for the Boston Warriors, who was playing last game. Hicks on defensively, but the Pucklings have a 2-on-1 going the other way. That one's going to be shot into the netting. Off of the goalie for Boston, John Angevik, U.S. Marine veteran. Far side face-off circle of the Warrior zone. He's going to be cleared around and poked away by Adam Hojaki. We saw him have a lot of hard shots yesterday. He can shoot it as hard as anyone on the ice, probably. Cleared along by Nick Pereira, who sends that one down in front of the net. Glove down by Pandolfi, and he'll send it along. Tyler Hicks with it now. Hicks gets around two defenders, maintains control, sent over to the far side. Off the stick of Matt Duffy. Now that one's going to be cleared out of the zone. Justin Frankel tries to get a piece, but now the Ugly Pucklings will get it. Near side of their offensive zone. That pass off the stick of Mike Gandolfi goes out of play. And so now the Warriors will have it. Ugly Pucklings able to retain it on the near side. Mike Gandolfi sends that one all the way down from net, almost from the red line. And that allows them to make some changes, and so Boston will get it 2-on-1. But a great poke check, but nonetheless, Boston still does retain it. Another almost good takeaway by the Warriors, but now the Ugly Pucklings will send that one down behind the net. Nick Pereira trying to get to it, he does. Feeds that one around the boards. Does a 180 around the offensive zone. And then there to pick it up for the Warriors is Charlie Shaw, who dumps that one out past Brian Winters. But the Ugly Pucklings still maintain control. That shot from the point from Eister was stick saved by Gandolfi before it's cleared out. Ugly Pucklings will take this one. That's Nick Pereira. And fed along to Mike Gandolfi before the Boston Warriors take that quick shot, and it's gloved down and saved by John Angevik. This face-off will come to the near side circle of the Ugly Puckling zone. Halfway gone by here in this first period, still no score. It's been really good defense, a couple shots for each side. Face-off won by the Warriors. Winters takes that shot, goes through everybody through traffic, and it's gloved down by Angevik. Or rather, that's Anthony Gandolfi in net for the Pucklings. Face-off in the same spot. David Williams on. David Williams wins it back to Winters once again. Winters has two defenders on him. That shot was blocked by Keith Chang. Cleared around the boards, kept in the zone by Winters. And trying to get to it was Duval, but it was taken away by the Pucklings. Coming around with it now, it is Nick Latour, who sends this one out over for Duval. Judith Grimson tries to clear that one out, and it's taken away by Nick Pereira. 6 minutes to go here in this first period, and that's going to be dumped all the way down in front of the red line, so no icing. Getting a piece of this one is David Duval. Tries to get that shot, but it goes just a bit wide of the net. Pass through the middle, intended for Keith Chang, was cut off and taken away by the Warriors, but the Pucklings able to keep it in the zone. No, they're not. Now they all have to get back on side, and so that allows the Warriors to take it away. Quick speed here by Brian Ellis to get around everybody. He still has it. Feed through the middle, intended for Williams, was just a bit wide. But Brian Ellis taking that 75% of the ice himself. Now Ellis gets back to it. Ellis loses control. 3-on-1 in the corner, and it's taken away by the Pucklings. But the Warriors do get back as Ellis is on defensively. David Williams gets a piece of that pass. Two Warriors players run into each other. And now Eister will have it. He's defended by Ellis, but it's poked out of the zone. Pucklings get back on side. Keith Chang comes up with it. Feed to Duval. Goes off the body of Ellis, who's able to get it off the deflection, but he can't control it. And now coming into the zone to get it is Eister. Eister passes two defenders, going for the wraparound chance on the backhand. Nowhere for him to go with it. He maintains control. Still has it. Takes that shot wide of the net. Goes around the boards and picked up by Keith Chang. Chang looking for some space, dumps it along, but Brian Winters gets a piece of it and takes it away. He's got three defenders on him, nowhere for him to go. He gets it into the zone. Poked away by two defenders. Meeting him first is Matt Duffy. Pucklings are able to get to it. Hicks gets a piece of it and clears this one out. Both teams make some changes. Still scoreless, 10 minutes gone by here in the first period. Pucklings have it now along center ice. They get in the zone. Nick Pereira. Feed through the middle as Jay Bader tried to get a piece of it. Couldn't get enough of it on it, but kept in the zone right there by Adam Hojaki, who takes a hard shot, goes wide off the net. That's what we're expecting from him. We saw that all day yesterday. Hojaki keeps it in the zone. Shot from the point. Deflects up into the netting. Not sure who or what that got a piece of before it did. Face-off is going to come to the near side face-off circle up the Puckling zone. Not a lot of stoppages of play or face-offs. No whistles really called either or penalties. Both teams just kind of skating back and forth, trying to be the first one to put it home. Clifton Chin on for the face-off. And it's one back to the Warriors. Kept in the zone by Hojnacki. Flips that one in, glove down. This one's going to be picked up by David Williams, who sends it to the other side of the ice. Backhand feed from Matt Duffy is taken away by the Pucklings with 3.5 to go here in the first, so no score. Hard shot, saved over there by Envik. 3-on-2 fight forward in the corner. Now it's going to come out almost to the blue line, but the Pucklings able to throw that one back, but the Warriors get control of it. Long feed over for John Sapperetti. Sapperetti takes it back, tries to give it over to David Williams, just a little bit too out in front of him. Kept in the zone by Hicks. He tries to get a shot, but it's blocked. David Williams with it now. Nowhere for him to go with it. That was Clifton Chin on that block when he lost his stick. Now a shot from the point goes wide of the net. This one's going to come out to the near side. Over for Jay Bader, who clears this one out. Boston still keeping control of it. Kept in the zone as Justin Frankel dumps that one in. And just in front of the net as Anthony Gandolfi just pushes that one out to his teammate. 2 minutes to go here. Nick Pereira has it, takes that shot. Just a bit wide. Maybe Frankel got a piece and got a block. 2 minutes to go here in the first. Wraparound opportunity. And Njvik is right there to take it up. Probably the closest we've seen to a goal so far this game. But just too much traffic and nowhere to really put any momentum on that shot. And Njvik was right in front of it. I think the refs did call a goal. Boston doesn't think so. But the face-off looks like it's at center ice, so it would have to be. So the ugly Pucklings do put one up on the board. And G not able to fall on top of it before it was snuck in. That one's going to be cleared out. And Njvik gets a piece of it, clears this one out. Over for Brian Ellis, who has it taken away from him. Brian Winters there to pick it up, trying to clear it out. Finds his man along center ice in the middle of the zone. Justin Frankel finds Ellis. Ellis spins around Nick Latour. Latour pokes it away. And the Pucklings able to get it out of the zone, and they got numbers going the other way. Getting onside here. Pereira over for Mike Gandolfi, who sends that one around the boards. Trying to get this quick shot on. Eister still maintains control. Eister feed through the middle, intended for Gandolfi, just a bit wide. Pereira takes that shot, goes wide. Eister has it again. 4 defenders around him, and he's going to clear it to the other end of the ice for Nick Pereira. Pereira has it, takes that shot, and it's blocked. Getting a piece of that one was Brian Winters. Boston tries to clear it out. They can't. Pucklings get a piece of it. Shot in front. Gandolfi got a piece of it. Tried to deflect it in, but couldn't. Cleared out, and Eister takes it away. Hard pass through the middle of the ice. And now Winters will have it in some open space. 1 defender on him. Slows it down, and Winters gets tripped up. Charlie Shaw trying to get it now, and it's touched by David Duvall of the Pucklings, and so the Warriors will go to their first power play of the game. That's going to be a tripping against Adam Hojaki. 1.5 minutes on the power play, 17 seconds remaining in the first period. Six men on the ice for the Warriors. They have to get one off. Face-off won by the Warriors. Hard shot by Winters is blocked. Backhands it around the boards. Getting a piece of that one was Clifton Chin. Boston keeps it in the zone. 1 second, and that'll do it for the first period of play. But the ugly Pucklings do lead 1-0 here in this E-Division Championship on that little scrum in front of the net where somebody was just able to poke it in and behind the goalie Njvik with about 4 players on each side just trying to hit it any way they could. And so we will be back for the second period of action. Boston Warriors will have 1 minute and 14 left on the power play, down by 1. This is the Long Island Warriors Summer Shootout at the Northwell Health Ice Center, presented by Miller and Caggiano on the Long Island Sports Network. Welcome back to the Long Island Sports Network. I'm Andrew Scarpacci at the Northwell Health Ice Center for the Long Island Warriors Summer Shootout presented by Miller and Caggiano E-Division Championship. Boston wins this face-off. They got a minute left on the power play. With some space with it is David Williams. Hard shot from the point, goes off of the glove of the goalie Gandolfi. 50 seconds remaining on the power play. That one goes hard around the boards. Only one there to get it is Brian Winters, but racing for it really fast to break it up was Nick Pereira. That one's going to be cleared out, no icing. Brian Winters gets to it first. That was actually Keith Chang who was racing Williams for the puck before. 20 seconds remaining on the power play. One final chance for Boston before it goes back to even strength. Hojaki got a tripping call on Eister as he was in a really good offensive position. Poked out, Clifton Shin with it. Brian Winters there to poke it away. Brian Winters feeds it over to Hicks. Hicks, Winters, and Justin Franco just played the previous game on this rink for the Boston Warriors C Division team in the semifinals. Comes out of the zone and they're just barely able to keep it in. As Brian Winters did everything he could there. Winters still has it once again. Gonna float it in and it's blocked. Williams tries to get a piece of it. He's got two defenders on him. Williams loses control and the Pucklings will get it, but they clear it out. No one there to get it. Winters there first. Clifton Shin gets that shot on and a glove save by John Njvik as the Pucklings almost went up by 2. What a chance for the Pucklings there. Just slowed it down a little bit too much and gave Njvik a little bit too much time to read where that play was going. Face off near side circle. Duvall against Grimson. One to the near side. And it gets out of the zone as the Warriors have it. John Sapperetti feed through the middle, trying to find Charlie Shaw. Shaw gets to it in the corner. Shaw met by 2 defenders. Pucklings trying to poke it out. They do. They're going to get it out of the zone. Pass off the boards. Took a bit of a weird angle. Brian Garchinski not able to get to it as he was already in the zone when that went off the glass behind the blue line. And now the Warriors have 2-on-1 going the other way. That quick shot. Pad save by Gandolfi. 12 minutes to go here in the second period. Pucklings get to it. They got space going the other way. Long pass to the near side of the ice. That's Brian Jarskinski who takes that shot. Glove save and a whiff on the shot in the middle of the ice by the Pucklings as they had a great chance to put it up 2-0. That was David Duvall who just whiffed on the puck right in front of him. Now Brian Winters spins around everyone, going for the wraparound chance, gets the screen up in front, and the backhand shot goes wide. That shot is blocked up in front by Nick Latour. Eister has it, 3-on-2. Eister looking for some space. Slows it down, gets it around his defender, finds Duvall. Duvall back to Eister. Eister using the backhand to get it around the boards. Feed through the middle, a quick shot on the inside by Garchinski goes wide. Fight for it right in front of the net. About every single player on the ice is within 5 feet of the crease. And finally, Njvik falls on top of it to stop play. I had no idea where the puck was, but with 8 players right in front of the net, I assumed it was right there. David Williams on for the face-off for Boston, and he will go up against Nick Latour. That's Clifton Shin. Far side face-off circle. One by Boston. Good pass through the middle. Trying to get to it first is Brian Winters. He's been everywhere on the ice this game. That one goes wide around the net. Picked up by Brian Ellis. He spins it around. Picked up by the Pucklings behind the net. Looking for some space here. Ellis feeds it, and Williams can't touch it till he gets back on sides, and so that allows the Pucklings to get to it. Boston has it. That's Justin Frankel, who gets it around every defender to maintain control and keep it himself. He's got two defenders on him, gets hit along the far side boards. Looking for some space are the Warriors. Ellis takes that shot, and it's gloved down up in front by Keith Chang, who clears it all the way down, and that's going to be an icing against the Pucklings. .16 to go here in the second period. It's been a really good defensive game on both sides. Just that one goal that snuck to the right side of Njvik on the near side of the post, with everyone trying to poke it away or in. It's the only goal of this game. Came late in the first period. Boston has it at the point. Feed through the middle was deflected by the Pucklings defender. Now it's going to be picked up at center ice. That's Winters, who clears this one down and gets it back. Slowing the pace down. Pass along the near side boards to Brian Ellis, who dumps it in, tries to pass it to himself along the boards, but he's met by a defender in Clifton Chin. And now Keith Chang will have it on the other side. Williams has it. He takes a shot and it's blocked. Williams stole that one away and got into the zone himself, and that one's going to be cleared out of the zone. Not sure who touched it last, but the Warriors will get to it first as Ellis tips it back over to Justin Frankel, who's able to find Williams once again. Everyone on sides. Williams to Ellis, takes that quick one-time feed, loses control of it, can't get the shot off, and now the Pucklings will clear it all the way down, and that'll be an icing. Dangerous play by Njvik there. He knew it was going to be an icing, but if it was on net, he would have had to poke it away. And it just barely does miss that post. A couple changes for the Pucklings, as this face-off will come down to the near side circle of the Puckling zone. On for the face-off, it is just saw a number 3. That's Jake Lavery for the Warriors. He also played last game. Boston will have it now on the near side. Frankel feeds it through the middle. Picked up by Williams. Trying to feed it up in front, and then the Pucklings able to read where that play was going to get it out of the zone. Feed through the middle with some space now. Quick pass inside, and a shot goes just a bit wide. Lavery trying to get to it first. He's on defensively. That pass goes off of the stick of the Pucklings, and they have to wait to get onside as Eister has it. Eister gets it back into the zone. He's had a really good couple games over the last few days. Eister hit along the boards, and it's cleared out of the zone by Boston, and that's going to go down for an icing. Andrew Bosworth. Not sure if he had an intended target or just trying to clear it out. Near side face-off circle of the Warrior zone. Clifton Chin on for the face-off for the Pucklings, as well as Judith Grinsfin on for the Boston Warriors. Quick shot from the point by Nick Pereira, gloved down by Njvik. Halfway gone by here in the second period, still no score, just the one goal from last period by the Pucklings. We're going to have a goalie switch. That's going to be Lorenzo Lascagno coming in net for the Warriors, and Jvik is out. U.S. Coast Guard veteran is Lascagno. Pereira with it, feeds it along to Eister. Quick shot on the outside of the post, goes behind the net. Two Boston players trying to poke that one away. They can't. Great job by Chang to keep this possession going. Shot by Eister goes wide. Out to the point, and Chang on defensively to break this one up and keep it in the zone. And now, first to get to it will be Lavery. That's Jake Lavery of the Marines. Looking for some space to clear that one out was Walter Guertin. Quick shot from Chang goes wide. A few players up in front to block that one away. Pucklings dumped that one behind the zone and will make some changes as everyone comes off the ice. Nick Pereira and Eister the only ones remaining from that last group. 3-on-2 going the other way for Boston. Quick shot. Pad save on the far side. Nick Latour with it now. He's got some space. Latour with it, met by two defenders. Latour still has it, pokes it to the net, and Lascagno will fall on top of it. Six minutes to go here in the second. Just the one penalty and the one goal. Other than that, it's been a pretty just back and forth, clean game. Good defensive strategies. Pucklings able to retain it. Now David Williams of the Warriors will get to it first. Pucklings still have it. That shot or pass was blocked by Williams as he tries to clear it out, and finally does as he finds Ellis. Pucklings able to keep it in the zone, it looks like, but now with possession going to Brian Winters. Boston will have it as he tries to find Ellis, pass just a little bit too hard. Clifton Shin tries to get there. Or rather, that's James Walkley. Brian Winters has it. Met by two defenders, feed through the middle to Ellis. Ellis, forehand pass to himself, around two defenders. Takes that shot. Saved by Gandolfi, rebound goes wide in front of the net, and Gandolfi will fall on top of it. Great chance there for the Warriors to tie this game. Couple Warriors players in front of the net, but nobody able to tap it home. As it was great efforts from Walter Guertin, as well as David Williams, but Gandolfi there to read it. Under 5 to go here in the second. It's going to be cleared all the way out. Icing is waved off as Winters is able to get to it. Winters knocked down by Jay Bader. Good hit behind the net. Williams tries to get that pass along on the inside. Whiffed on that pass, and it's deflected over to the Warriors, who takes a quick shot wide. Kicked out by Winters. Getting a piece of it was Duval as he tried to find Bader, but now Winters clears it around the net. Good pass through a couple defenders to Ellis, who spins around two defenders and corrals it to himself, but now finally loses it as David Duval takes it away. Duvall's pass goes wide of his intended target, and so the Warriors able to clear this one out. Now Ellis has it once more. We've seen him make a lot of moves today. Ellis has 3 defenders on, still has control. Backhands it to himself, now gets it around the net. Almost falls down, still 2 defenders on him, and Ellis still has control. And now the Pucklings try to clear it out. They can't at the point there to wait for it before that one goes up into the netting. Off the shot from Walter Guertin. Rather, that was Hicks. 3:35 remaining here in the second. I don't know how Ellis maintained control of that puck for about 20 seconds. And about he had either 2 or 3 guys on him the whole time. Face off there, won by the Warriors. Hicks wins it, but now Eister of the Pucklings able to take it away as he gets a good read on it. Tries to send it over to Chin, but Winters is there to break it up. And now here to take that one is Mike Gandolfi for the Pucklings. Glove down on that shot by Eister. Deflected back to Eister, takes that shot, and it's saved by Lascagno before sending it down to his teammate of Guertin, who's able to find Winters. Poked out of the zone, and Mike Gandolfi all alone with it now tries to get a backhand feed to Nick Latour, but he didn't see it coming his way as it was behind him. And now Winters will have it at center ice and clear it to the far side. With some space is Charlie Shaw. He takes that shot on net, and it's saved. There for the rebound is the Pucklings. Eister. Pass to Nick Latour, just goes over his stick as it kind of took a weird hop, and he's not happy with himself. So that's an icing against the Pucklings. So it never hit Latour's stick. And he was right there to see it the whole time. Lavery on for the faceoff for Boston, and he'll win it. Taking it up is Hicks. These guys played together last game with the C Division team. Lavery takes a shot, it's blocked. 3 Pucklings there, and coming up with it is Eister. He had the block. 2-on-1 going the other way. Eister gets around his defender, takes that shot, and a save on the inside by Lascagno as he went for the forehand right inside the crease. 2 minutes to go here in the second. Feed from Eister over to Nick Pereira. Pereira still has it. Back to Eister. Looking for some space. Shot is blocked. Getting a piece of that was Walter Guertin. Under 2 to go here in the second. Nick Pereira has it. Feeds it to Nick Latour. And that shot is going to be gloved down by Lascagno. Lascagno had a couple Warriors players in front of him, but chose not to pass it along. Ugly Pucklings in the light yellow. Boston Warriors in the black and yellow. Ellis has it. Feed to the middle for Williams. Williams with some space. He trips. Falls down on his own. Feed through the middle. No one to take it home. Charlie Shaw with some space. He fights for it. One minute to go here in the second period. Pucklings have it with some speed. One defender to beat. Going for the wraparound chance. That's David Duvall who takes it now behind the net, looking for a wraparound chance. Nowhere for him to go with it as he tries to find 45 seconds to go. Second period, still no scoring in this period. Pucklings lead 1-0 on a goal late in the first. Walkley has it. Walkley fires. Save with the pad by the Warriors. Warriors try to clear it out. But there to meet him was Eister, here to keep it in the zone. With some space now is Hojaki. Hojaki fires and it's blocked. 15 seconds to go for the Warriors. One final push to tie this game. Quick feed, just a little bit too hard for the intended target of Guertin to handle, and so the Pucklings have it with 8 seconds to go. We'll see if they can do anything. Clifton Chin with it. 5 seconds, but Boston gets to it first as Hicks clears it out, and that'll do it for the second period of action. No scoring in this period, just really good defense and goaltending. One penalty that the Warriors had, or the Pucklings had a penalty, and the Warriors weren't able to capitalize on it. That was spread between the end of the first and the beginning of the second period. And so we will have a good finish coming up for this third period of action. Really good defense. We'll see if the Boston Warriors can get one goal and force a tight finish, or if the Pucklings can hold on to this shutout. This is the Long Island Warriors Summer Shootout at the Northwell Health Ice Center, presented by Miller and Caggiano. I'm Andrew Scarpacci here on the Long Island Sports Network. Welcome back to the Long Island Warriors Summer Shootout here at the Northwell Health Ice Center, presented by Miller and Caggiano. I'm Andrew Scarpacci for the E-Division Championship as we head to the final period of play. Ugly Pucklings up 1-0. Boston Warriors win this first face-off. Taken up. Warriors will have it now as Lavery dumps it down behind the net, but Eister there to pick it up. Eister meets Nick Latour. Jay Batter losing control of it, but then gets a piece of that block on the shot from Lavery. Now Keith Chang gets a piece of it before it's dumped out to Eister behind the net. And he tries to corral it, but just sends it right to Lavery. And now Eister and Chang get a piece of it before it goes back to Lavery. Shot from the point is blocked up in front. Pucklings have it. That's Nick Latour who got that block and then came all the way around for that shot. Nick Latour with it, feed on the inside to Bader. Nobody able to connect with it as two Warriors players were there to break it up. Latour gets that shot blocked by Lavery. Feed to the inside, cleared out. Pucklings keep it in the zone as Eister has it. Clears it down for Latour. Latour met by Lavery, spins around and keeps it. Finds Bader, but not enough on it on the boards, and so two Boston players will get to it first, but now Bader able to fight along, but now loses control along the near side boards. For Justin Frankel. Justin Frankel met by two defenders. He's got Eister on him. Eister pokes it away. Eister clears this one out. And the Pucklings have a 3-on-1 going the other way. Looking for some space. Can't get that pass through the middle as he tries to find Bader. Bader was all alone in front of the net. So great defense by Brian Winters. That one's gloved down and thrown out. Pucklings keep it in the zone. That's Nick Pereira with it. He takes that shot. It's blocked by Winters. Sends it around the boards. Meeting there first, it's Adam Hojaki. Hojaki fires and it's blocked. Looking for a lane. Around the boards as John Sapperetti tries to get to it first, but he's met by the Pucklings. Charlie Shaw fires on net in a save. Brian Ellis now has it. He tries to get it past his defender. Boston making some changes. Players in between playing the puck and getting off the ice. Now Ellis will have it. Spins around his defender, keeps it on the backhand, and a save by Anthony Gandolfi, who covers it up. We'd like to shout out Aztec Photos. You can find them at aztecphotos.com. to view pictures of last night's action and the entire summer shootout. 12 minutes to go here in regulation. Hicks has it. Hicks hard shot and it's blocked. Rebound comes out back to Hicks as the Pucklings try to clear it away. With some space is Charlie Shaw, who finds Ellis. Has to wait for Guertin to get back on side. Ellis still has it. Tries to get that backhand shot and Gandolfi swallows it up. Charlie Shaw falling on top of the goalie, but he was kind of hit by one of the Pucklings players, so no call made. Brian Williams on for the faceoff for Boston. He's got Brian Ellis to his right. Face-off win by the Pucklings. Winter's not able to keep it in the zone, so he'll just flip it and dump it in as everyone looks to get back on side. Looking for some space here. That's Mike Gandolfi who sends this one back. Justin Frankel sends this one down. Mike Gandolfi still has it. He gets it in the zone. Two defenders on him, tries to backhand it, but Williams and Ellis get a piece of it, and they're going to dump it out to the far side. Williams has Ellis to his right. Williams tries to go for the backhand shot. Nowhere for him to go. He just runs into the glass. Tries to feed it to Ellis up in front. Missed on the shot, but then Williams right there to pick it back up and takes that shot before Gandolfi falls into the crease and moves it back. Face-off will come to the far side circle. Williams taking the face-off. Guertin to his right. Guertin able to pick this one up and maintains control despite four Pucklings. Now the Pucklings able to get that one going as Nick Pereira takes it himself behind his own net, trying to get some space around Guertin. He does. Past the blue line on the near side across center ice. Keeping it himself. Looking for some space. Feeds that one back to Duval, who whiffs on the shot. Duval able to find Latour. Looking for some space here as that's going to be Guertin who has it before he finds Winters. Boston keeps it in the zone. That's Williams with it. Williams takes that shot off the pad of Gandolfi. Hicks takes a shot, fires wide left. Pucklings have it now 4-on-2 going the other way. Pass just a little bit behind the intended target of Mike Gandolfi. Anthony Gandolfi in net for the Pucklings, Mike Gandolfi on the ice. .9:30 to go in regulation here, still a one-goal game. And Boston didn't even think they gave up that goal. Williams with some space, but it's taken away by the Pucklings, and they find Mike Gandolfi. Gandolfi dumps it back for Eister. Eister didn't really see it coming, plus two Boston players right there as Winters takes it up. Winters with the takeaway, tries to get around one defender, but it's poked away by Nick Pereira. Pucklings have a 2-on-1 going the other way now. Eister with it. Eister fires! And off the netting. And Eister didn't need to rip it as hard as he did. He was just trying to get it on net. But he tried to stop short and it went off the post. We saw Lescano move his shoulders up and there was a tiny bit of space between the net and the post and his shoulders, and he got it right in between there. Definitely the best shot of this game so far for the Pucklings. Despite having one goal, that was a better shot than on the goal they scored. Shot by Hojaki is blocked. Nick Pereira with it now. That was John Sapperetti who got that block. Quick feed to the inside as Keith Chang tried to get a piece of it. 8 minutes, 8.5 remaining in regulation. Boston needs a goal. Trying to get a wraparound chance here. Feed to the outside, met by Justin Frankel. And it's going to be dumped out of the zone by Brian Garczynski. And so Boston will have to get back on side before it's just dumped into the zone by the Pucklings. Garczynski dumped that one in, and he's unable to get back to it. And so Boston's able to clear this one out, but it's met by Eister, who's able to find Lavery to take control. Lavery has it at center ice. Backhand feed around the boards. Good defense over there by Clifton Chin. That shot was gloved down off of Garczynski. Gandolfi plays it. Quick feed to the inside again. That one was blocked off the shot of Keith Chang. John Sapperetti with it. 1-on-3. He was the only Boston player in the zone to do anything with that one, so he just dumped it in. And now the Pucklings will make some changes as they dump it on the other end of the ice. Brian Winters will send it along the boards. With some space now is Lavery. Given over to Hicks. Seven minutes to go here in regulation. Lavery with it. Gets around his defender and maintains it at center ice. Backhand feed along the boards over to Ellis, who spins around two defenders and keeps it himself. It's a 1v4, and Ellis still has it. We've seen him do this a lot this game. Ellis takes the shot, and it's saved by Gandolfi, who plays it down. That pass from the near side face-off circle is gloved down by Bader. Bader still has it and brings it into the zone. He's met over there by Charlie Shaw before dumping it down to the other end of the ice for Steve Nicola. Pass intended for Nick Pereira. Goes wide and it's taken away by the Warriors, who have a 3-on-2. Hicks with it. Slows it down. Goes to the forehand. That shot scores! Tyler Hicks ties this game up at 1 with 6:05 remaining in regulation. And where did Hicks take that shot from? He was just slowing it down. Everyone thought he was going for a pass. He was the furthest one back on the ice, and he doesn't usually take shots from the point like that. And then he just comes in a little bit, went to the forehand, and just wristed it in. Gandolfi never saw that one coming, and now we got a tie game with 6 minutes to go in this E-Division Championship. Into the netting and out of play. That puck fell out of the rink, in between the glass and the netting. David Duvall on for the face-off for the Pucklings, but it's won by the Warriors. That was Charlie Shaw who won it himself. And then taking it all up. And Charlie Shaw falls down on the play as he tries to defend Eister. Eister into the zone now. And that's going to be an offsides against Mike Gandolfi. We saw Eister deking to the left and right while Gandolfi just kept going straight and not able to stop himself. But if you're Eister, you just got to cross the blue line as fast as you can, then try to get a play going. Face-off won by the Pucklings. Shot from Duvall is saved by Lascagno, who throws that one back. Shot from the point is blocked. Nick Pereira picks it up and it's blocked again. This is going to be a 3-on-0. Hicks with it. Hicks got both of those blocks and another shot, but it's saved by Gandolfi. And what a play by Hicks. 2 blocks, took it up himself right after scoring the game-tying goal. This feed through the middle is cut off and taken away by the Pucklings. That's Nick Latour with it. Has it taken away. And then Justin Frankel able to get this play started, and it's going to be 2 defenders on as Mike Gandolfi's just going to dump that in the zone. Nowhere for David Williams of Boston to go with it as he has 2 defenders right behind him. 4.5 to go in regulation. David Williams pass a little bit too far for Duval to handle. Or rather, that's Judith Drinson for Boston, but they keep it in the zone. Shot from the point is saved by Gandolfi and covered up. 4:29 to go in regulation. Lavery on for the face-off for Boston. He's able to find Clifton Chin, and it's going to be sent down and covered up by Lorenzo Lascagno. The U.S. Coast Guard veteran in net for the Boston Warriors. Face-off won by the Pucklings. Hojaki fires. Wide but picked up by Brian Garchinski. Taken along the near side boards here, Hojaki has it. Hojaki still has it, he fires, but it's blocked from behind by Winters, and then Hojaki just knocks Winters to the ground while taking a shot and stays up on his feet. Taking it up by Lavery here on the near side, fakes a shot, now goes for the wraparound, and he's met by Hojaki. And he obviously does not want anything to do with him as he dumps it along. .320 to go here in regulation. Game tied at 1. That feed up in front as getting a piece of it. And so we do see Garchinski spinning and firing, trying to get that deflection up in front. Clifton Chin spun around to try to get a piece of it, but Lascagno just fell on top of it. Clifton Chin, a great chance. Not sure if Garchinski even knew Chin was there. And Chin just facing the wrong way, otherwise he probably could have poked that one in. Nick Pereira with it. Taken up by Eister on the far side. Fires but whiffs on the shot. And Justin Frankel here to take it away. Pass over to Guertin. Guertin finds Charlie Shaw. Shaw with some space gets it into the zone, past the blue line, fires wide. Taken on the near side boards by Guertin, but it's poked away by the Pucklings who get it out of the zone. Garchinski is just going to fire that one down. No icing called. Garchinski tries to get to it himself. Chang keeps it in the zone. Back to Garchinski. Two minutes to go here in regulation. Nick Pereira with it. Feeds it along to the far side. Eister with some space. He gets around a couple defenders, now loses control of the puck. Kept in the zone by Pereira, who fires, and it's blocked. That was Charlie Shaw who got a piece of it. Winters now has it. Feeds it along on the backhand, and Winters will take it back up. Getting a piece of it is Steve Nicola, who gets that one out of the zone and gets the offense going for the Pucklings for Eister. Eister goes to the backhand, now backs off. Tries to get that feed up in front, and it just goes wide. Gandolfi getting another piece of it with the glove, just wide of the crease. Eister has it again. Eister spins it along, keeps it. Feed to the outside, shot goes just a bit wide. Didn't get enough on it. That was a perfect one-time opportunity with Gandolfi facing the near side. Delayed penalty against Boston. Pucklings are going to have a power play. They should work fast to try to force Boston to touch it. .40 seconds to go here in regulation. Saw the referee put his arm up. Now Hicks will have it and feed it along. 30 seconds to go. Pucklings might have one more chance as Eister picks this one up. Now Boston has it. Feed to Guertin, takes a shot and it's blocked. Tries to get out of the zone, but now Hicks has it. Deflected. Back to Hojaki. Eister fires and a glove save. Lascagno with 6 seconds to go. Off that shot, looked like that was Eister with it. Nobody in sight but one defender. Tried to split the needle between the defender of Frankel and the goalie, but just able to snag at it. 6 seconds to go. One more shot for the Pucklings if they win this face-off, but Boston does. 2 seconds to go. Mike Gandolfi fires, and it's saved at the last second by Lascagno, and the rebound goes wide. What a finish of this regulation matchup. We will now head to 5 minutes of overtime for this E-Division Championship. The Pucklings scored a sneaky goal early in the first. It was all defense from there, and then with just a few minutes to go, the Warriors are able to tie it up with the goal from Tyler Hicks, the U.S. Army veteran, putting this team on his back. This has been a game full of block shots and saves and everything you can think of but offense. And Hicks makes the shot of the game to keep Boston alive. We have a 5-minute overtime, and after that we'll have a short trophy celebration. Charlie Shaw on for the face-off. 3-on-3 hockey. Charlie Shaw wins it, but then loses it. With some space now is Nick Pereira. Pereira has it back. One defender on him, spins around and gets it into the zone. Pereira defended by Winters. With some space, met by 2 defenders now. And Winters is able to poke it away. And Eister unable to keep it in the zone, a race for the puck. Hicks has it, but now Eister able to take it. Finds Clifton Chin, but it goes off of his skate and deflects out to the Warriors before Nick Pereira got a piece of it. And deflects it back, and now Brian Winters has it on the far side. He's got Chin on him defensively, gets around Chin. Winters, met by 2 defenders, he's got Hicks to his right. Fakes the pass, keeps it himself. Hicks has it. 2 defenders on him, can't get a clean control of the puck. Now he does, but now loses control right as he tried to spin around and get that chance. Clifton Chin has it here. Takes that shot off the stick pad of the goalie Lascagno. Hojaki has it. He fires, and it's blocked. Kept in the zone, and now it's going to be a breakaway chance for the Boston Warriors. Quick shot, and it's not even on net as Anthony Gandolfi just dives down in front of it, breaking up that shot attempt from Brian Winters, who had the best chance to end this game. Winters has it again. Tries to fire, but it's blocked. Everybody fighting for it. And now it deflected out of the zone and picked up by the Warriors as Winters has it. Winters finds Hicks. Hicks, all 3 defenders on him. That shot goes wide. Picked up in the far side boards by Ellis. Back to Hicks. Winters calls for it, and the feed over to Ellis goes just a bit wide. Ellis still has it. Feeds over to Hicks on the far side. Ellis calls for it. Now Winters has it. Winters fires, and a stick save by Gandolfi. Pucklings now have it on the near side. Eister. Eister takes it into the zone. Looking for some space. He's met by two defenders and has it poked away. Eister gets it back. Racing forward is Ellis behind him. Ellis has a lot of speed, but now lets him back off, not getting too aggressive. Now he does get aggressive, and Eister spins around him. Eister, two defenders, slowing it down. He's had control of the puck for like 20 seconds. That feed over to the far side will come back down to the Warriors, who will now take it up. And Winters didn't see that, and now Winters gets collided into, and that's going to be a delayed penalty now against the Pucklings as Winters is still down on the ice. Now he gets up, and it's touched by the Warriors, and we will have a 1.5 minute power play to go along with 1:44 remaining. So for the remainder of this overtime practically, Boston will have a 4-on-3 advantage. That's going to be Hojaki going to the box for the second time this game. Probably roughing or interference would be the call. As he just ran into Brian Winters with in the middle of the ice. Nick Pereira gets a piece of that one before it gets by Gandolfi. Trying to clear it out. Now Winters. You can see the ice all over the back of his jersey, but at least he looks to be okay after that fall. Winters still has it. Fires wide, and his hand looks to be hurting. Shakes it off, but he stays in there. Justin Frankel takes that pass, trying to find his intended target, goes just a bit wide. Frankel over to the far side, trying to find Williams, but now the Pucklings have it. 1 minute to go in overtime. Boston has it now on the near side. Winters with it, takes it across the ice. He's got Ellis in front of him. That shot from the point goes just a bit wide. Off the stick of Frankel. Cleared out by the Pucklings, but they can't do so as Winters is right there. He fires, and it's blocked by Pereira. 37 seconds to go, 23 on the power play. Winters still keeps it in the zone as they try to clear it out. Winters has it, fires, and it's blocked again by Walkley. That one's going to be blocked by Pereira. Eister tries to get a piece, spins around, and it's out of the zone. 5 seconds remaining on the power play, and we will have 4-on-4 for the remaining 15 seconds. Boston gets it into the zone. Hojaki back on the ice. 10 seconds to go. Hojaki with it. He comes back on. Looks to fire, spins around one defender, fires just a bit wide as it got a piece, and that will do it for the first overtime. And Hojaki can fire it as hard as anyone, so when he came back onto the ice, as the puck was crossing center ice with 10 seconds to go, you knew it was going to come down to him, and he fired it, but it just was not enough as Gandolfi was able to read it the entire way. And so we will step aside for a quick break before we have another second overtime period. This is the Long Island Warriors Summer Shootout presented by Miller and Caggiano at the Northwell Health Ice Center on the Long Island Sports Network. We'll have a shootout here. First one to shoot it is Boston. The Warriors with it. And a save by Gandolfi. Forehand to backhand. And then he went that last forehand look, but Gandolfi didn't even really have to move. Gandolfi in behind the crease. Now he gets front. And then by the time that Mike Gandolfi. Anthony Gandolfi makes the save. Mike Gandolfi with the shootout opportunity. Gandolfi with it. Fires, And a glove save by Lascagno. Tried to flip it up. But Lascagno also didn't really have to move his feet at all. Just trying to get as high as possible. And now Charlie Shaw will come up with it now for Boston. Charlie Shaw looking for the first goal of this shootout. Backhand forehand and scores! Tricked him to the left and then fired high to the right, top shelf. Shaw slowed it down at the last second. Gandolfi came in, and then by the time he went to the forehand of that far post. Here to try to tie this one up for the Pucklings, it is Nick Pereira. Takes a shot and scores! Pereira ties up the shootout at 1 apiece. This game's been back and forth all game. This is for the E-Division Championship. Just snuck it through the 5-hole. Now it comes down to David Williams. David Williams goes quick with it and saved. Gandolfi backs up and is able to poke it away with the stick. Just coming as hard as he can at it, try to get it through the 5-hole, but Gandolfi just goes down onto the ice and covers the entire length of the crease of the floor. Hojaki with it now. Hojaki dekes to the left and a save. And that was a really good effort by Hojaki. We see him go to the right, trying to get as much space as he can between the far post and the goalie, but it was just not enough as it went off the side of the net. Brian Winters with it now. He's going outside to inside. Fires and a save by Gandolfi. Winters not making too many moves there with the stick, just trying to get it by and make sure it's on net. He goes about as far to the far side as he could before coming back in, and then with about 10 feet of space, just fires it right at the chest of Gandolfi, and that'll be the easiest save he makes of this shootout. Coming up with it now is Ryan Eister. He shoots, and it goes wide once again. Eister went from inside to outside. And not much Eister could do there. Lascagno just reading it the entire way, tries to get tight in on him, but not enough space for him to get a clean shot off. John Sapperetti with it. Sapperetti coming in quick and scores! Gandolfi can't believe it. Sapperetti looked like he tripped as he was coming in front of the crease, but then all of a sudden all he did was poke it through, and Gandolfi second-guessed himself. As soon as he hesitated, all he had to do was poke it in, and that's exactly what happened. And now here to keep this game going, it is Clifton Chin. Clifton Chin with some space. He fires, and it's saved by Jean Lascagno, and the Boston Warriors are your E-Division champions of the 2026 Long Island Warriors Summer Shootout. It all came down to Chin and Lascagno, and he made one more save. And so the Boston Warriors come all the way back. They trailed 1-0 the entire game. Tyler Hicks gets a goal with just a few minutes to go. No one scores in overtime. And then we have a back-and-forth shootout where you never knew at any point who was going to win this game. Great effort from the Ugly Pucklings, but the Boston Warriors made one more play, and that was the difference in this one. We'll have a short trophy celebration now that we'll let you watch, but this has been the Long Island Warriors Summer Shootout E-Division Championship at the Northwell Health Ice Center, presented by Miller and Caggiano. I'm Andrew Scarpacci. Thank you for watching. Presenting the trophies today is Jimmy Calderon, the Long Island Warriors COO and head coach of one of the 4 teams. And he will present it to the Boston Warriors E team for their well-earned, hard-fought championship victory in this very long game here today.